Welcome to my channel. I'm Dani Walker. Thank you for joining me today for my Miss Universe 2021 Top 15 Favorites. If you enjoy content like this, please consider subscribing and hitting the notifications so you know when brand new episodes just like this one come out every single week. If you really love the channel and you want to help support it so that I can make lots more content like this, then check out my merch store, which is linked in the description. Make sure that you stick around till the end of this episode because I have a little extra surprise that I will be sharing, so stay tuned. I have been spending some time reviewing the contestants. I've been watching them during their activities at Miss Universe, checking out their Instagram accounts. I just watched as many of the up close and personal videos that I could find. There are a few countries that do not have their videos released yet, but I don't have time to wait for those because of my schedule, so please keep that in mind during this episode. The contestants that I'm going to mention are in no particular order, and like I said, this is an overall impression of them. Some of them I've seen them compete at their national pageants, some I haven't. Some are just really standing out to me during their time in Israel right now. So I'm excited to reveal my favorites. Bahamas. She is gorgeous. Okay, gorgeous. I noticed her prior to her arrival at Miss Universe, and now finally I feel like people are kind of catching up to that and going, oh my gosh, she's so stunning. And she really is. And she shared in her video that she was raised by a single mom in a bicultural home and that when she was younger, she lost her two older brothers. She's mentioned that the past can bring up more obstacles than bridges, so she partners with the government to help with entrepreneurship and climate change. So those are her main focuses. Mexico to me is more beautiful on camera than she is in her images. I feel like her images just don't do her justice and that she's so energetic on camera. I liked how comfortable that she was. She talked about how she had thyroid issues and had to get surgery and that the thyroid, which I didn't know, is shaped like a butterfly. So she had this cute reference talking about how they had to remove some of her wing, but she can still fly. And it was just really, really cute and sweet. And her focus, she says, is on women, and she believes that she is the person that's going to be able to inspire women around the universe. South Africa, as you know, has been one of my favorites leading up to the competition. If you have been watching and keeping up with my other recaps, I think she's stunning. I think she's gorgeous. And she is a ballerina, by the way. She grew up dancing. She believes in empowerment through dignity, and she created hashtag Be Ready, which is to impart entrepreneurial skills to youth. And what I like is that she has stayed on brand from her national pageant to here. And I think that's smart because it's going to be easier to talk about these things in an interview, which they all just had their interviews. It's going to be easier just to create this extension of the things that you've talked about at your national pageant because you're going to be more comfortable to address these things. So like in her video footages leading up to Miss South Africa, she talked about wanting to be remembered for somebody who leaves a legacy of generosity, and that she hopes to be that person who's remembered as somebody who makes others feel like someone, that they have value. I think that that's beautiful. And what's great about just continuing her brand from nationals is that unless I'm judging your pageant, they're not gonna know that she's talked about these things at her national competition. They're gonna have no idea. So it's gonna be all new to them. Puerto Rico, oh, so gorgeous, right? So gorgeous. So many of you guys were upset that she wasn't in my favorite headshot episode. And it's not because I don't think that she's beautiful or gorgeous, like I said. It's just because I actually think she's even more beautiful than the image that she submitted. There's a difference. So anyways, loved her video. She is a pre-med and bio student. She wants to become the first doctor in her family, okay? She started volunteering when she was 13 years old, and she founded the Care Empowerment Program. This was in one of her final answers during her national pageant. So you better believe she's probably gonna be sharing about this, but like I said, if the judges don't follow her national pageant, then it's going to be new to them. So it won't even matter. She says that we need to know, love, and respect and empower ourselves. And she also has worked for her National Guard. So she's just accomplished a lot. She's been really dedicated in her community thus far. And I feel like she's gonna have a great performance. She was very strong at her national competition. And when I was watching her compete, she was one of my favorites, guys. She has an incredible styling and an amazing walk. So just be on the lookout for her. I see them back in semifinals at the least this year, if not moving up to that top 5. If you're a pageant contestant and you need some help preparing for your next competition, be sure to check out my free pageant prep course, which is linked in the description below. Namibia. What a wonderful surprise. Not on many people's radar that I've seen leading up to the competition. She's a stand-up comedian, which I think is fun, and I think that that could probably come across really well, potentially, in her interview. She is a creative entrepreneur. I really like that she said, anything I feel like I can do, I go for it in her video. It was just such a confident statement. She's really passionate about addressing our relationship with food and also sex education. And there was a clip of her that they featured where she was in a newspaper article and was talking about menstruation. I think this is so important because there's so many women around the world in developing countries that don't have access to basic hygienic products, and being able to address this using her voice, I think, would be such a great cause. Thailand. They are bringing it again, and honestly, I think that they are stronger than ever. I know that she's faced a lot of heat for her body, and people have been body shaming her, which is not very kind, guys, not very nice at all. But she is fresh, she is gorgeous, she is well spoken, and she actually won Miss Thailand on her first try. This was her first pageant ever. She really believes that pageantry needs a shift, and she's all about embracing who you are and your individuality and your authenticity, and she's sharing this consistently. I've seen her talking about this on social media. I've seen it in her video. I've seen it in clips that they've featured in for other videos for Miss Universe. So she knows what her message is, and that's powerful, and I think she's going to be bringing that to the stage. I think she's going to have some gorgeous wardrobe. She already has. So I really have faith in Thailand. I think that honestly she could get back up into the top 5. And in past years, I think what prevented them from placing higher was that final question. But I think she can tackle it. Vietnam actually just won Miss Grand International. Yeah, you guys can check out that recap in another episode. But Vietnam, beautiful once again. They consistently, for me, send such elegant candidates, and this year is no exception. She studies business management. Currently, she is an external relations specialist at an investment firm. She encourages people in Vietnam to use green energy, so she's very involved with that. She's a food lover. Her and her family actually opened a small restaurant, and she wants to be recognized in the future as a woman in business within the next 5 years, specifically in the real estate field. So she's doing a lot. She's got a lot of goals. She's got a lot of ambitions, and I think that she is inspirational and can be for so many young women around the world. By the way, if you have a favorite, you can help vote her into the semifinals at Miss Universe. I'm going to link that in the description below as well. As a reminder, it does cost money to cast your vote. It starts at $1 for 3 votes and goes up from there. Great Britain! Great Britain placed last year, and she was one of those contestants that I think surprised everyone. But after I saw Great Britain's up close video last year, I was like, she could easily make it into a semifinal. I think that their wardrobe could have been improved. I felt like that really kind of deterred her and may have held her back from moving on possibly to a top 10. But with all things considered, last year's title holder was still able to place, and this year's title holder is standing out to me. She spoke well on camera. She talked about how she was bullied when she was younger, and that is what inspired her to get involved and start volunteering. She created a Draw the Line campaign. She's gotten a lot of young women and a lot of other title holders to get involved with this social media campaign to spread it, and she's really emphasizing personal security for women so women can feel safe and fulfill their full potential. I thought the video overall was really great. She did a great job with this and with her preparation, and she looks great right now at the competition. I think she's flying under the radar for a lot of people. Brazil! I'm loving her. She was one of my favorite headshots. If you haven't seen that episode, I'm so sorry that I just spoiled that. But she created a jewelry brand with a focus on sustainability. So she's this female entrepreneur. She always looks great. She's so fashionable. I love that. I love when I can get some fashion inspiration from another queen. She has been working on a project for women who have gone through traumatic experiences, and she is teaching them the skill of sewing so they can eventually go out and get jobs and help themselves. And I love that. It reminds me of an organization I love to support called Same Sky, which, by the way, if you guys are looking for Christmas presents, check out the Same Sky shop online. I can link that below. It's an incredible organization that benefits women all around the world and creates so many opportunities for them. So check it out. Brazil, though, definitely one of my favorites, and just the way that she speaks and how she communicates, I feel like she's really easygoing on camera, and that's useful during a competition when there's a lot of pressure. Belgium has a unique story. She was born in Ethiopia. Her mom passed away from cancer when she was 7 years old, so her father was left to care for her and her siblings. And when she was 9, her father made the difficult decision of putting them in an orphanage. And from there, they were eventually all adopted together. And she went to go live with a family in Belgium where she has, this makes me emotional, where she has grown up. She is currently the face of an organization that helps children in poverty. She is a survivor, and her video made me cry, and it's making me cry again, and I thought it was beautiful. A lot of people are noticing Belgium. She was in my top 10 for headshots. She's looked incredible throughout the competition. I need to gather my emotions right now. I just love her, and I'm rooting for her now. I want to see her in a top 5. Paraguay is studying commercial engineering. Paraguay. I've talked about her before. She is easily a huge favorite for this competition. There was a lot of hype surrounding her, and I didn't want to jump to conclusions and just get on the train with everyone. So I like to just research a bit for my own. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. She is stunning and accomplished. She is currently studying commercial engineering. She is an entrepreneur. She makes accessories and dresses with local artisans, and she's been modeling for years, and she says that modeling has brought her all over the world. And as a child, she almost passed away with an illness or several illnesses, and now she's here. She's strong. She's a fighter, also inspiring. Just great video package altogether, stunning contestant, really a standout at every single appearance. I am so thrilled to see her compete. India, she's a contestant, and everybody got mad that she wasn't in my top picks for headshots because I think she is gorgeous, and I think that she has images that are better than the official image that was submitted for her. I think she's just so stunning, and that the photo just does not do her justice. But you guys, whoa, her at all of these events at Miss Universe have been standing out. Just some of the wardrobe. Anyways, I need to get back on track. She has a bachelor's in information technology. She's really close with her mom and feels empowered by her. And in that same way, she wants to be that role model for other young women to encourage them to be a leader in their own life. Her main focus is also wanting to affect climate change, which I'm seeing more and more and more. And it looks like the Miss Universe organization has really been placing an emphasis on that recently in their questions for onstage question. We heard a little bit of that last year, and I'm curious if we're gonna see a repeat of that question this year or if they're gonna bring up some new topics. Singapore. Singapore is someone who some people finally on my channel have been commenting about her. I think that she has a really unique look. And I think that when you have a unique look physically, it's gonna make you stand out. It's gonna kind of make people go like, oh, give you a second look. Oh, who is she? She's also been featured a lot during various clips that the organization has been posting. Not just these up-close videos, but they release these small little video clips of touring Jerusalem and the activities that the contestants are doing. So we're really seeing her there across the Miss Universe social media feed. And I think that's important to note because as we know in recent years at IMG, when they're really pushing a contestant, Singapore, also Thailand has been featured a lot as well. When we're seeing a contestant really posted on their social media consistently, they tend to place. So let's talk more about her though. She has a double degree in business management and security systems. She posted a lot of really cute videos with her family, by the way. Sweet. She believes in building a more equitable society and wants people to have access to basic necessities and rights. Her video was great. She spoke very well. I'm making the assumption she had a great interview. I would love to see her during the semifinals. We'll see how prelims go. Philippines, okay. Philippines, our pageant powerhouse. Let's see if we can get back up to the top 10 this year. Okay, I feel like Beatrice can do it. So the video, of course, because she has so much support behind her, was very well produced. We saw clips from her national pageant in there as well, which I think is fantastic because why not put them to use? They were beautiful. So she also is very multifaceted. She is a Bachelor of Arts for Mass Communication. She is a community development worker. She went to college because she received volleyball scholarships. She's a member of the Philippine Navy Marines, and she is the first LGBTQ contestant to represent the Philippines. Honestly, guys, she's fierce, she's gorgeous. What I really like about her though is you can feel this just like sense of humility from her in her videos. And I feel like that's why for some people she went under the radar at her national competition. She is gorgeous. Great walk. I feel like she's gonna have some great styling. I really hope she wears her straight hair for prelims because I love it so much. And I just really feel like that is kind of what has been carrying her, like the wardrobe, the hair, the makeup, the walk, all of those things. And that she doesn't have to be overly confident or proud on stage because her skills are speaking for her and they're allowing her to move on throughout levels of the competition. As I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, there were some contestants who have not been able to post their videos yet. Miss Universe has not released them yet, but I wanted to create this episode anyways. So the contestant I want to mention that doesn't have a video yet, but I have great faith in her, is USA. Hear me out before you say that I'm biased about this, even though I haven't seen her video yet. Have you guys been watching her at the Miss Universe competition? Have you been seeing her? I think that Elle has such a special quality about her. And actually, when my mom asked me, who do you think's gonna win? Because obviously I do these videos, but my mom's like, who do you think is going to win USA? I said Kentucky. In my heart, I just feel like it's Kentucky, but I don't like to make those assumptions or say wholeheartedly, this person is definitely going to win a competition, because I think it sort of dismisses how amazing other contestants are too, and that things happen on stage, and sometimes people meet expectations, sometimes they don't, sometimes they exceed it. And so I'm really excited about Elle, and I have great faith in her, guys. If you haven't watched Miss USA this year, I encourage you to do so. She is just outstanding, and so far she is on a road like Olivia Culpo. Her first pageant was Miss Kentucky. She won that. She won Miss USA, and who knows, she can win Miss Universe. We have a new gown sponsor. If you guys aren't aware, Michael Cinco is now going to be dressing Miss USA. Giovanni is also a wardrobe sponsor, and they dressed her for her interview. She looked incredible there. I'm expecting a great gown. She has a great walk. She walked for Sherry Hill. She is a news reporter. She can speak. Her communication skills are there, but she's also personable and not rehearsed. If you guys think that she's overrated, I think that you should go back honestly and just look at her. I think that she's probably been one of the strongest contestants in the last decade for USA, for the IMG era too. I do want to preface that, because I think that that's important, because there was just different things that different organizations look for. So I love her, and I have very high hopes for USA this year. Even though these are my top 15 favorites right now, I know things could change. Of course, they'll change after prelims. But I want to say that because there were so many other contestants this year that were right on the edge for me, I am going to be releasing another episode of those contestants that I think can possibly surprise people. So stay tuned for that one. Let me know who your favorites were. Let's use kind words when we speak about the contestants and encourage them. I appreciate you tuning into this episode, and I hope you're going to be back for lots more.